So Activision, speaking of Warcraft, Activision / Blizzard are starting a TV / movie studio.
This doesn't excite me in any way, shape, or form. They announced, so basically the two things that have been definitely announced are Call of Duty movies, and
which the movies, or which the games are, I should say,
and a Skylanders animated series.
That sounds cool to me.
Okay, so sure it is, except for the fact that it's there's no way it's not going to be anything except for one big commercial for the toys.
Which a lot of cartoons are, though.
Sure, I guess, but with this just seems very blatantly like that's what it would be. But hey, I mean, if kids enjoy it, great. But every character they introduce is going to be a toy that you can run out and buy. And yes, you're right. Okay, fine. My Little Pony, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, He-Man. It's the same thing. I don't know why I'm necessarily looking at it this way. I guess I'm looking at it this way because this is a studio that has been formed specifically to churn this type of shit out.
Yeah.
Specifically, I mean. That's my problem. Call of Duty movies, they're churning it out because they know that there is a huge fan base, and I do believe that fan base is dwindling a little bit. It's not as popular as it once was. It took us a lot longer to move our Call of Duty copies this year than it usually does. But you can churn out generic military movies, with these paper-thin plot lines, that they attach to these games. I just find I almost find this to be a cynical move. It's not a movie studio. They're producing big budget commercials.
I'm reading here that I didn't realize they bought the company that does Candy Crush for $5.9 billion.
Oh yeah, no, that was announced. That was a while ago.
So they're just saying, hey, we're going to buy everything up. I know you make a lot of money with Call of Duty, with Warcraft stuff. I realize that. I think all these companies trying to get into these different areas are taking a gamble, obviously.
Yeah.
Warcraft. Say what you will about Warcraft, though. That's less of a gamble because at least it has a story to it already built in. Doing big budget Call of Duty movies, I'm just picturing that remember that Navy SEAL movie that came out a year ago that looked cool, but it's all right, it'll make a little bit of money. You don't need to attach Call of Duty onto a movie. To do that sort of style of movie. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, and the weird thing, too, is I don't understand why everyone thinks they're going to be the first person to do a video game movie right.
They've been done right, by the way. Just few and far between.
Yes, few and far between. But why would you create an entire studio to do something that historically has always been a gamble?
Do you know anyone who can name seriously name the plots of the Modern Warfare series and say, I want to see that as a movie?
I know people who can name the plot, but I don't know that they'd want to see it as a movie. I mean, from what I heard, the first Modern Warfare, and I've said it on the podcast before, I played the first Modern Warfare. I played the shit out of it. It was a great game, and it had a great story. And then I never played another Call of Duty ever again. That was all I needed. But I heard that the game went completely off the rails with the second one, the third one.
Oh, yeah. When the second one, you have you're gunning down people in an airport.
Well, and I believe a nuke goes off in the sub-atmosphere or something, the atmosphere or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing this. I might see the Warcraft one. I'm not seeing Call of Duty movies. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing it because of the audience. Do you think people will get? Do you think they'll put asses in the seats just by slapping Call of Duty on that?
Well, I think it could, but I really see it as a flash in the pan. And that's the thing. One bad Call of Duty movie, and you're not going to get people to return for more. And then what is your studio doing?
Are they going to put them out the same every year? Like you have the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, then next year have the Black Ops game. Let's say they're in the movie, of a Black Ops movie.
Right. They'll alternate directors.
I think they can. Here's the thing. At least with doing a Call of Duty movie, there's a way you can do it and have the budget as huge as a Warcraft movie. At least you're doing a.
Well, that's what I said. It's easy to churn that shit out.
You can do a military film, $80 million movie, $70 million movie. Get Kevin Spacey to do his slimy character from the Advanced Warfare thing.
Sure.
There's a way to do it, I guess. But in my head, it's got to be a really damn good plot, or else you're gonna have to get really big action stars in it. You have to get The Rock in a Call of Duty game.
Sure.
It's like, do you want to see that? I don't know. I just think, let's relax here. Next year, you're going to expect Nintendo to open their own studio at this point, which actually might make sense at least for animated movies.
No, I just want Nintendo to open a fucking theme park. That's what I want. I've wanted it for years.
Well, you got that Ubisoft one. And they're doing movies too, Ubisoft.
Yeah, let's not talk about that anymore.